and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Rhonda, better known as Hotmess Momma MD, and on today's video, guys, it's another edition of Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money? What we're going to be testing out, trying out, is a brand new company, actually, and their palette is called Temptress. It looks like this. Does it look familiar? It is a $16 palette that is supposed to be a dupe for the Abh Sultry palette that does retail for $45. Guys, I have both of these palettes on my eyes. You guys know what I love to do. I love when you guys pause the video, you take a wild guess. Can you decide which side is which? Can you tell? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know which side you think is the affordable side, which side do you think is the high-end side. Make sure to come back at the end of the video and let me know whether or not you were correct. Now, like I said, this is a brand new company. This is the first launch that they have, and they sent it to me complimentary to try out, and I'm like, oh, I'll give you an honest review on that. We're gonna put it up against a $45 palette. You guys are interested to see if this $16 palette is a good dupe for the $45 Abh Sultry palette. Make sure to stay tuned, but before we get into this video, let me know if you guys enjoy this series on my channel by hitting that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below, yes dupes or hashtag dupes, whatever it may be. And don't forget to check me out on my second channel. I'll leave that in the description box down below, and check out my daughter's channel. So anywho, without further ado, let's do the disclaimer. We have to give a disclaimer, a couple disclaimers, guys. You know how this is. One, I'm not a makeup artist, I'm a makeup enthusiast. So if you don't like my blending skills or whatever, y'all, this is for fun. And if you don't like dupes and you're not down for products that dupe high-end products, then you're not gonna like this video and you're gonna wanna click out now. Catch you on my non-dupe video. So, anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and find out if this $16 palette really is a dupe for this $45 palette. Okay guys, so getting right into swatches. This is the swatches of all the colors, both palettes. On the bottom is all of the Alter Ego Temptress shades, and on top is all of the Abh Sultry shades. As you guys can see, for the most part, they are darn near identical, if not spot on. There are some that may be just off a little bit, but again, it's just by minute little bits. As you guys can see in here, I think I kind of swapped on accident the shades, but overall, again, very, very close and identical. So let's go ahead, we'll get into the application process. We'll talk about the palette and the price, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. It does retail for $45. Of course, you can pick it up at Ulta, Sephora, abh.com, all of that good stuff. So anyways, this is what the inside of it looks like, and then of course we're going to put it up against the Alter Ego Temptress palette. Now the palette does come in like the standard type of cardboard packaging. You do get a mirror on it as well. This is what the inside looks like, and of course this is what it looks like up against the Abh. So as you guys can see, color wise and everything is pretty spot on. You guys saw that in the swatches and everything. The only noticeable difference that you guys will see is, one, the packaging size. The Sultry palette is a little bit smaller as far as packaging goes, and the layout in the Alter Ego palette is not laid out the exact same as the Abh. Not a big deal. A little tricky for me, so I'm really going to have to pay attention, but that's okay. As far as the Temptress palette, it does retail for $16. They were nice enough to give me a 10% off coupon code, which is HOTMESS, so you can just use that at checkout. A little bit more about this. It does have an expiration of 12 months, and it is cruelty-free. The #1 ingredient is talc. Second ingredient is mica, and it is made in the PRC. So as far as gram weight, it does say net gram 18.5 gram and then 0.653 ounces. And again, cruelty-free product. I will leave where you can pick this product up if you are interested down below with their link, and of course the coupon code as well if you want to use that. And now I will be honest with you guys, that 10% coupon code is an affiliate code, so if you're not down to give me a little bit of a commission, then by no means use it. I also want to tell you guys, this is not a first impression. I've been playing with this palette all weekend long, and I will give you guys my final thoughts after we get the application process done. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. If you are new to this series on my channel, you guys, I love doing this for you guys. What Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money is all about is I find a high-end palette such as this Sultry palette, and I try and find a dupe for it that is much less expensive. So what I do is on one side I put the dupe palette on, the other side the high-end palette on. I use the exact same brushes, however I do clean them off in between by using this J-Cat Beauty brush cleaner, and then of course a wash rag, and that's what I do so there's no cross-contamination. Sorry, because once again I forgot to put my phone on silent. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you guys in, and we're gonna start the whole application process. I'm so excited for you guys to see this, so let's do this. Okay guys, so now that I've explained everything, got you guys zoomed in up close and personal, I'm going to go ahead and do the alter ego side on my wedding finger. That is the only way I can remember these things, is if I like have to tell myself, so when I come back and edit or whatever. And then of course the ABH will be on the non-wedding finger. So getting right into this, I am going to start off with the alter ego brush. It looks like this. You guys, I have to say I really enjoy this brush, and they did tell me that their first set of customers that come in and purchase, not come in, but you know, purchases from the website, they are going to offer a free brush, and I believe you guys can choose which one. It's only until they run out. So there is this larger one which you guys are going to see me get ready to use, and then there is this other one. There's no names on them, but it looks like this. So anywho, that is just like a nice little perk that you'll get. Let's get right into this because you guys know this girl can ramble. Okay, so there are the names in the Temptress palette. You do have a name, so I can tell you guys instead of just kind of pointing, but I'm going to tell you guys I'm better at pointing, and I'll forget to tell you guys the name. So we're going to start off with this shade right here using the alter ego brush, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. I did use my concealer, and the concealer I used was the Bare Minerals Bare Skin. That's been like my go-to concealer. Everything that is on my face will be listed and linked down below for y'all as well, in case you like anything. Not that I have a bunch of stuff on, but. And I'm going to warn you guys, my entire family, minus Haley, is home, so you know that throws me off when my husband's here, but we're going to try and get through this together. I am bang strong. You guys know I'm always about that cotton candy, and then I came across the Sour Heads. It's good stuff. Okay, let's focus, girl, focus. Alright, so I've gone ahead, I'm setting the entire lid with that, a little underneath. I'm going to try and just do 2 shades at a time, because we know what I sometimes do. Sidetracked and forget to put shades on. So go me. Next I am going to go in with this shade right here, Uptown, and I'm going to apply that in my crease. I'm just using my Morphe, I believe it's a M576 brush. It's a fluffier brush, so I'm just going to apply that right through here. So cleaning off my brushes and moving over to the other side with the Sultry palette. We're going in with that big old ginormous amazing brush. And we are going to use this shade right here, Fresh. I really like this brush because it covers like my entire lid practically in like 2 swipes. I just think it's so nice. Okay, so going into the next shade, which will be a Twig. Apologizing right now because I'm sure that I will be out of focus at some point because my camera has a mind of its own, and apparently she PMSs all the time and likes to throw me under the bus. So thanks, Canon. And I'm just going in with the shade Twig. Okay, so just for those 2 shades, I definitely feel like the alter ego side or the Temptress side blended out a little bit easier, as you guys can see here. I thought I kept my eyeball open. You guys know I have mature lids. I don't try and hide it. So I feel like the ABH side did not blend like that shade as well. But then again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast. I mean, it definitely blended out, but just on that shade alone, I had to work a little bit harder with the ABH side. Not saying it's a bad palette, guys, so simmer down, my ABH fans. Okay, so we are going to jump back over to the Temptress palette. Sorry, whoever's heart I am breaking because I am bending that. I know it gets some of you guys. It used to me, now I'm just used to it, and I don't know. I think to add just a smidgen of warmth, I'm going to go in with this shade called Lust. Look at me, I'm being so, like, good at remembering to tell you guys the shade names. Okay, so I'm going to go in with their next brush by Alter Ego again, and I don't really know what kind of brush this is because I'm not a beauty guru. I just have fun with makeup, so. So I'm just going to apply just a little bit right up through here real lightly and just kind of warm that up, and then a little under the eye. So from there, I think what I'm going to do is go in with a little bit of this After Hours. It's like a deep dark chocolate brown. And again, we're still on the Temptress side. I'm just going to dab a little bit in here, again with the same Alter Ego brush. And I'm just going to kind of like stamp it right in the crease and kind of like, I don't really know, just like this. Don't you guys love my technical terminology? Ooh, fancy girl. So this just went smoky. Apparently we are doing a smoky eye today, not a natural eye, so note to self for the intro. Okay, so I'm going to just dab because as I tell you guys all the time, I have mature lids. So I find it much, much easier to kind of dab and pat and not really go in and start swooping too much right away, especially the darker the color. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M576 brush, and I'm just going to real lightly kind of buff over it in circular motions. We're going to go in with Birch in the ABH palette with a clean brush from Alter Ego, and then do the same thing, kind of real softly buff it to just give it a little bit of warmth in there. See there? Are you not in focus? Trust me guys, it annoys me too. I literally, when I'm editing, will like yell at my iPad and then myself, I'm like, girl, look, you're out of focus. You're out of focus. Click the button. I'm so professional. Okay, and then I think I put a little under the eye, so we're gonna do that. Okay, forget. And then sticking with the same brush, we're gonna go into this chocolatey brown shade. It's a big word, it scares me. I'm not gonna enunciate it. Just being honest with you guys. So we're going to do the same thing, kind of stamp it right through here. Now, $10 I'm going to have one higher than the other, because that's what I do. I mean, that takes skills, just so you know, guys. Got mom jokes. I got mom jokes, guys. Okay, so doing the same thing with the M576 brush and just, like I did to the other side, real lightly trying to buff over it. I definitely still feel like I'm having to put more effort into this side, which is the flippin' high-end side. That should work really good. So time for sparkle. And I think what I'm going to do is go in with this shade. We're back on the Temptress side, by the way. This silver shade and this shade here. So this one is called, I believe, Sterling, and this one's called Seduction. So I typically never wet my shimmer shades or metallic shades, whatever you want to call them. I just kind of bump them on my finger and go to town. A lot of times I won't even, sometimes I'll use a brush, but for the most part I just kind of do it this way. Okay, so I'm focusing that one really in the middle and a little bit lightly on the outer part. That is such a really pretty fold shade. And then I'm going to go in with this Seduction shade, again with the finger, and then focusing it more in the inner corner of the eye. I don't feel like it's accentuating my texture like too crazy or anything. It's actually really, really pretty. Jumping back over to the Abh Sultry palette, and we are going to do the same colors, which are called Cyborg and Pearl. Yeah, so here we go with them. Okay, so doing the same thing, patting mostly in the middle and then lightly on the outer portion of the eye. Going in with the Pearl shade in the inner portion. And again, I'm sure I'm going to have one side of the shimmer higher than the other because hashtag hot mess life. And I want to take that Pearl shade and like just blop it right here. You like that fancy talk? I know, guys. We're just gonna, whoop, right there. And then I'm going to jump over with the clean brush and do the same shade Seduction in the inner corner. Next, what I do, and sometimes I forget to show you guys this, and I'm trying to make a conscious effort to be better about this, is I take an angled brush. This is just a Bodyography Pro. Wow, I have lashes stuck to it. Who am I? I don't know. So it's just an angled brush like so, and what I'm going to do, make sure it's completely clean, and I'm going to stamp into this black shade called Stiletto in the Temptress palette, and I stamp it really close to my lash line just to give the appearance that I have thicker lashes, but hashtag 40 life, I don't have that. I have to fake it. I fake thickness in the lash area. Stamp it really close like so. Can you guys see the difference? You don't want to go too crazy heavy. It's just really, really light, but it just kind of gives that appearance that your lash line is a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to go in, of course, with my black liner. So, and then I'm really going to get it popped. As far as underneath the eye, I am going to just take a pencil brush, and I'm just going to mix I think Uptown and After Hours. Can you guys see that? This, again, Temptress side. And I'm just going to lightly buff both of those underneath the eye, halfway across. I'm going to jump over to the Sultry side, of course, cleaning my brushes. I'm going to go in with Noor and do the exact same thing I just showed you guys as far as deepening and making it look like I have, you know, 20-year-old lashes. So. And then again, same thing, clean the brush, and then we are going to mix those two shades for underneath the lash line. I'm trying to hurry along before my battery or my camera cuts out because she's moody. Okay guys, so I'm going to hop off. I'm going to do my liner, my lashes, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts and, of course, a check-in. Okay guys, so I am back with my mascara and my liner. Like I said, everything on my face will be linked and listed down below for you guys. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead, zoom you guys in so you guys can see the finished look that was created, and then we're going to talk about everything. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. Of course, this side is the Temptress side by Alter Ego, and this is the Abh Sultry side. Honestly guys, looking at it, I can tell you, I don't see a difference. Whether I'm looking in my mirror or I'm looking in my viewfinder, I think that both sides look absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to zoom you guys out so I can give you guys my final thoughts on everything. Okay guys, so I have to tell you, when I played around with this palette, like I said, over the weekend after I received it, I was blown away. As you guys saw in the actual application process, I felt like the shadows blended easier than in the high-end $45 palette. I don't know. Of course, I've got to go back and edit all of that, but just my actual, you know, thoughts of the blending and everything, I thought that the formula blended beautifully. I think that for me personally, the ABH mattes, typically I really like, and had I not had a palette to compare the Sultry palette to, I would have told you guys, yeah, it's a good palette, you know, but this $16 palette, it's good. It's really good, guys. You guys know that with having mature lids, I get really kind of funny, in particular what types of metallics or shimmers, glitters, whatever, that I put on my lids just because I don't want to accentuate any type of texture or fine lines or anything. So I felt like as far as the shimmers performed, they performed beautifully. I have used almost every single one. Yeah, every single shade in here in this palette I have used. I can tell you I've not had an issue with any of them. I feel like, especially if you struggle with the ABH formula because of it being so soft and pigmented, and sometimes, as you guys saw, not the easiest always to blend, just kind of depending on your technique, I guess. But I think you're really going to enjoy this formula because it's not one of those formulas that you dip your brush in and then it's like, psh, you know, powder everywhere. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing with the ABH. For me personally, I really like when I come across brands like, you know, Alter Ego or C Color Cosmetics, where they can dupe the colors in the palette of the high end without so much of the kick up and the fallout and things. So if that makes sense, I don't know. I think that that's kind of to each their own as far as the formula and everything goes, but I can tell you guys, hands down, I really enjoy this palette. I really enjoy the formula of this palette. Whether it's the mattes or the shimmers, it performed beautifully for $16. I don't think you're going to be upset about it at all, and I think that honestly I kind of feel like it outperformed the Sultry palette here. I mean, yeah, I said it. It's a great comparable dupe. I think you're going to be very pleased with it. It's cruelty free. It's $16. They did give me the 10% off coupon code, which is Hot Mess. That will save you 10% at checkout. A little bit about the shipping. I did reach out to them and ask, are you guys international? And they said, as of right now, we only ship within the United States and Canada. Shipping within the United States, she believes, is about $4.95. Don't quote her on that. It may be, sorry, the garbage man. Thank you, garbage man. It may be a little bit different. Like I said, this is a brand new company. This is the first palette that they have, and their first however many customers, she didn't tell me, will get to choose between one of these brushes. And I have to tell you guys, as far as the brushes go, these are great. These are really good brushes. I'm very happy with these brushes. I don't know, I think they're synthetic, but I'm not for sure. But all I can tell you is I like them. I'm not fancy, and unless it is like really coarse brushes, I just assume everything's synthetic. You know, that's the only time I really know. So sorry if that frustrated you guys, but really like the brushes, really love the palette, very happy with it. Like I said, or always tell you guys, just because I Hotmess Momma approved this does not mean you have to rush out and purchase it. I am very excited to see what Alter Ego has to offer, like more products that come out. You guys, this is my jam. You guys know I love to find affordable products for you guys and then let you guys know about it. For those of you out there that maybe can't afford this kind of palette, or you just don't want to put out that kind of money, this is a great option for you guys, and you guys know that that's what I am all about. Affordability and good quality. So here you go, Hotmess Momma approved. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna insert a clip where I only have this palette on my eyes. My husband and I had gone out. I had it on since this morning, and I can tell you guys, it performs very good. So if you're looking for a long, long wearing type of formula, this is definitely where it's at. Like I told you guys in the beginning, I only have primer, or I only have concealer on. I don't have primer. So there's a good possibility that if you wet your brush or you use a glitter primer or anything like that, that it will really get bold and pop even more so. I'm not down for that, but I'm not against that. So, but I can tell you guys, blendability is there, the formula is great, longevity is there. You're going to be pleased with it, especially if you have mature lids like me. You're going to like the fact that it doesn't accentuate your fine line. So anyways, don't forget to use the code HOTMESS. Thank you, Alter Ego, for reaching out to me and just, sending me these amazing products and being okay with the fact that I told you guys I'm going to give you an honest review, and you guys are great. I'm excited to see what else you have in store. So anyways, that's going to be all for today, guys. Almost forgot to give you guys a Notification Squad shout out, making sure that my battery doesn't die because it likes to do that to me. Okay guys, so if you want to be a part of the Notification Squad, it's really easy. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Leave me a little comment down below, hashtag Notification Squad, hashtag Team Hot Mess, after you've clicked that little notification bell 2 times for a chance at a shout out in a future video. Today's Notification Squad shout outs go to Barbara Alley, Mama Goonie, Kayla Nicole, and Deborah Middleton, and Olivia Miranda. Thank you guys so much for having your notification bell on. I got a little, you guys know when the hubby is home and I don't think he's got his headphones in and he's listening in, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like that. But anyways, thank you guys for having your notifications turned on, for being subscribed to my channel. And if you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. I do what's called goodie bag giveaways every so often, and just random giveaways. Also, I did start a second YouTube channel that by the time this video goes up, there should be at least one video over on that channel. I'll leave that link down in the description box below for you guys. I thought that it would be a little bit easier to put all my keto and lifestyle types of vlogs on that channel for you guys. So if you are here strictly for makeup, that's awesome, because I will give you that on this channel. If you're looking for like keto related content, lifestyle, mom life, whatever it is, check out my second channel, as well as don't forget about my daughter's channel. And I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna just keep on rambling because that's what I do. But anyways, until next time, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky.